Hello, I'm William and this is Blanchard's Bees. If you enjoy watching videos on honeybees and some nature stuff here and there, this might be the channel for you. So make sure you subscribe and hit that like button for me. This video is about swarm traps. It's about that time of year here in southwest Iowa. We're a little behind everybody else, but we're coming up the end of April here, and you might have heard the old saying, a swarm in May is worth a load of hay, a swarm in June is worth a silver spoon, and a swarm in July isn't worth a fly, but hey, free bees are free bees, right? So anyway, this is my solar wax melter that I made to obviously melt down all my old comb and everything, and this is the stuff that's left over. This is what we call slum gum. You want to save this stuff if you're doing swarm traps or bait hives. And I'll take this stuff and I'll rub it all over the inside of these swarm traps. Get it nice and smelling good for those honeybees. Okay? And then I also like to take a little Ziploc bag, and I'll explain this here in a moment. And I like to stick it right here on the inside, the back side of my swarm trap. And I might point out that these swarm traps have vents on the back. So you want to rub the inside of these swarm traps with some gum, get them nice and smelling good. If you don't have old comb and whatnot, just get you some beeswax, melt it down, and coat the inside of these boxes with beeswax. That works great too. Now that's how I started doing it, because I didn't have any old comb or anything. If you're a new beekeeper, you're not going to have the main ingredient. I shouldn't say main ingredient, because there's a few different ingredients that I like to use personally. But this is old brood comb. If you don't have any of this, you might be able to get a hold of some local beekeepers next to you, or if you're in a bee club, maybe a member in the bee club might be able to help you out with some old brood comb. But you want one of these frames in here. Alright, and then I just fill up the space. I got a old shallow, I'll stick that up front here, and then I got an empty one, another empty shallow. Preferably I'd like to have the deeps instead of shallows, but I don't have very much to work with here. And then followed by that, the old comb, and then some empty foundation, because you know those swarms, they build wax like crazy. So I got a frame of empty foundation I'm going to throw in here, and then followed by another empty frame. And this particular box is actually a 6-frame swarm trap, but I'm just putting 5 frames in here. It works for me. I leave the rest empty. And then the next ingredient, we got some lemongrass oil, or Swarm Commander. Let's see, get a good picture of that. Both these things are great, but too much of either one is, well, just too much. This little goes a long ways. Now with the lemongrass oil, I like to take a Q-tip, or you can just put a drop or two right there on your lid. And I like to soak my Q-tip in this stuff, and I'll rub it right here on the entrance. Hopefully you can see that. All around that entrance. And maybe even a little bit on these top frames. Now this Q-tip, a lot of times, or a lot of people will just drop it inside, but what I like to do Put my lid back on my lemongrass oil here. This is where that bag comes in. I'll stick this Q-tip inside this bag. I'll go ahead and pull it out. Just like that. And then I'll have the bag folded over. I don't close up my bag, I leave it open, but I do fold it. Just like that. And then I'll tape it to the back side of my box. And that's how I bait my hives with the lemongrass. Now with the Swarm Commander, normally I wouldn't do this because it's already baited, it's already ready to go. But with the Swarm Commander, just one spray at the entrance, one spray on the bottom side of the lid, close it up, and you're ready to catch some honeybees. So I hope this video helped, and if you follow me, I got a little experiment coming up, and that'll probably be in the next video or two, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.